can pay to all of these. Their love for each other has grown, their bond has grown, and Portland is a tough place to play. It's a tough place to coach because of the pressure and the intense demand there is all the time. And it's tougher to get a close team, to really get a team to bond. And I think earlier on this season, the more the staff stepped away, the closer these guys got. And I'm proud of what they continue to build together. What I said to Linz at the whistle was the future she has in front of her. It's just huge. This is the start. There's no midfield in this league that can do what she can do, and she's doing that at such a young age. And we've got to start working towards a couple more trophies next year at some point. Hopefully we can give her a day or two off and we'll load up and look at next year.
Okay, go to the back for our next question.
Hey.
Victor Taylor, Media Review. For Coach, obviously just one shot in the first half, not even on target, but what happened in the locker room, or what did you say, or what changes did you make to score early in the second half? And then for Lindsay, just can you walk us through that goal?
We did not get a lot of opportunities. They were pressing us the whole game. So the one opportunity we got, a set piece, we've gotten so great at them, and Sonnet plays a perfect ball, and I don't know who got a touch on it beforehand. I can't even remember the goal, but I do.
Freaking enjoyed it.
I was very happy. All credit to Sonnet. She played a great ball.
In this league, it's the most competitive league in the world. You have to be able to do everything. You know what? It took us a couple of months to realise that. And we're very focused on our football and our style and how we play. And I think we had a wake-up call at Seattle home at half-time, and the players came out and they fought, they pressed, they played. And the key for us to playing the football we want is to work hard, and they embraced that, and we really got going. In the playoffs here, last week, was some of the very, very best goals I've seen in a semi-final, and it's the highest scoreline that's been in a semi-final, I believe, and it was a real offensive blast from these guys. And today we showed the other side of the game. We showed a resilience not to defend, not to give up space in areas that Carolina want. We limited them to areas that they build a lot of their goals from, and we made them go to new places. And in the end, there were some scary moments. A couple of the opportunities they got, these fantastic defenders that we didn't appreciate a couple of weeks ago, got in the way and made sure that they weren't going to let that go in. So these players have done what it takes across the whole season. We're disappointed we've been 2 points off the Shield. If we scored a goal here in Orlando last time, maybe that's a 3 points and the 2 points. We'll be disappointed we didn't do that. We'll enjoy this trophy, but we'll enjoy these two performances in a few weeks more than ever, from the offensive side last week, from the defensive side this week.
We'll take our last question.
Mark, Paul suggested he was a little bit surprised at the physicality, particularly in the first half. How much was that a directive to be physical with them as a fairly physical team, and how much did you specifically adjust to this being obviously a one-off?
Yeah, I'm making comments off the live game. I thought Tobin received the two worst challenges in the game. The first one, I think the first one, I believe, was in the first half, can't remember. It was horrific. It was always going to be a physical game. I mean, Carolina built an identity around being physical and being fast and putting pressure on people, and we've done that from, that's what we were last year. It's something we've continued to develop. You know what, if I could put anything, no, there hasn't been any directive. We didn't talk about it. We talked about it at the beginning of the year. We haven't talked about it all week. We haven't talked about it pre-game. We've held these players back from touching each other in training for 2 weeks. Build up to the summer, we've got players, it was almost non-contact soccer, because it's worse than what we saw tonight. These players know one thing to do. Going into Chicago, a regular season game, they're smashing and hitting each other, pressing, recovering in the Wednesday 11v11 as much than any other game. And we learned that we can't do that. We did it building up to Chicago. People were getting hit, getting knocks from honest, good, hard work. And then, if there's a reason we had an extra spice today, it's because they haven't felt contact for 2 weeks in training. And every time someone gets close, we're screaming, no contact and stay away. So maybe that boiled up. But I thought both teams were as good as each other and getting pressure and challenging for the ball. And I bet the stats will be absolutely lopsided on fouls like they have been the last 6 weeks. There's been game after game that I've seen that it feels like it's 50-50 on fouls or just on Thorns or just on the other, but we keep seeing this lopsided stat. So I don't get paid to figure that part out. I just thought the team had a lot of energy. They had spice from not wanting to hit each other in training the last 2 weeks. And it's a final. It's a final with the two highest energy teams in the league that love to get into it.
Okay. At this time, Mark, Lindsay, well, thank you for your time. That concludes the 2017
Thanks for all the coverage, guys.
Press conference. Thank you, everyone. The mix zone will now be open.